16.
A local nonprofit organization is saying it cannot catch a break. Funding to improve poor draining around its facility has now been stripped, and it has been moved into other parts of Mobile to fight different but similar drainage issues. Local 15's Christian Jennings investigates why certain projects take priority over others in tonight's reality check.
Money transfers and fund reallocations happen all the time at City Hall, but one councilman in particular was quick to defend the people in his district when money was taken away from them without addressing their flooding woes. When it rains, many of us sleep soundly. Not Karen Robinson.
I watch the news, and if it's over like 60% chance of rain, I always sandbag the front.
Robinson manages Penelope's Closet in Midtown Mobile. She says just about every time there's a downpour, water flows inside her thrift shop. And this is no ordinary business. Penelope's Closet supports the Penelope House, a shelter for victims of domestic violence. April proved to be exceptionally challenging.
So that's the water line. We came in, of course, all the rugs, when they're wet, they probably weighed 100 pounds apiece. So we had to cut the rugs up and remove them, all the clothes that were wet. Of course, we had to get rid of those. It was horrible.
This is a picture of Robinson just outside the store on Dom Street. On one of the many evenings, it flooded. She's preparing to clean out a storm drain that she says is constantly backing up and causing problems.
You can obviously see the trash, and it's stopped up. So when the rain goes in there, all the trash comes out and goes over to the working one, which you have to stand there with the rake to keep from stopping this one up.
And you do this every time it rains?
Every time that I'm here.
It's stories like hers that Councilman Fred Richardson doesn't like to hear. The building itself has sustained flooding for decades, and it's located in his district. So on Tuesday, when the City Council moved $157,000 out of his district and into West Mobile's District 6 for other drainage repairs, he didn't hesitate to voice his frustration.
We had money transferred from Dolphin and Florida. When 1 block away, they're having water coming into their business 1 block away. And we don't have no money to address that. Well, let's transfer the money that you do have to somebody else. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So where is that money going? Here on Antoine Road. And if you ask Lacey Krigler, she'll tell you it's a good investment.
When it rains, the water comes down the street and down my driveway, and it's actually kind of hollowed out underneath the driveway.
The outfall structure on Antoine Road has since failed, undermined the road, and created a dangerous situation.
Right, well, we are concerned with that area over there too, just because we have children.
But what makes one problem more important than another? Why transfer money away from the neighborhood that Penelope's Closet calls home to pay for similar repairs across town? City engineer Nick Amberger says the answer is complicated.
We try to take on the projects that prevent damage to private property, and certainly public safety is our #1 component. That always generally trumps almost anything else. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of needs out there.
According to him, there wasn't enough money in that particular fund to truly fix the drainage problems on Florida Street near Penelope's Closet. But the money available was more than enough to allow the city to check Antoine Road repairs off their list completely.
Ultimately that water drains towards Florida Street, where there's a large culvert beneath the road that was constructed in recent years. In order to improve the situation, subsequent phases of the Florida Street culvert need to be done, and there lies about a $3 million project.
I'm sure the city is strapped for money, but we just begging them just to maintain these drains, keep the debris out of them, and I do it as much as I can.
Councilman Fred Richardson and others are still pressing the administration for a capital project priority list. They want to know ahead of time all the projects the city plans to tackle in the upcoming year. Back to you.
Well, as Christian mentioned, keeping debris out of the storm drains can help with storm water. Starting Wednesday,